sir. Alright. You know what? I look kind of dark, bro. Alright. What is up, YouTube? Welcome back to another video. And on this video, it is going to be a trade recap on today's trade, boys. Alright, so unfortunately, I am still red on the month. I'm currently down $700 red on this whole month. And we have about, let's see, we have 2 weeks left of the month, so I can really make it all back up. But I'm gonna be changing a few rules of how I trade, right? So as you guys know, I have been trading only once, like once a day, like once I'm done trading, like I literally just stop, like win or lose. So, and I was risking around $150. So what I'm going to do now is, everything's gonna stay the same. It's just instead of just trading one time, I will be trading two times. So if I end up winning one trade, I'm done for the day. But if I end up losing, I'll be looking for a second setup. So each trade, I am going to be risking around $100 per trade. My max loss limit for the day is $200, and that is how I am going to just, you know, trade on for the rest of the month or year, and that's how I'm gonna leave it as that. That is gonna be my final. That is gonna be my final rule, and yeah, so that's basically what I'm gonna do for the rest of my whole trading career, right? So right now I have a good size account, so my max drawdown is 200. Once I hit another goal that I'm gonna risk, max drawdown will be 300, and then increase it, But I'm always gonna split the per trade. I'm always gonna split it, right? So let's go ahead and get started on these trade recaps that I have been taking. Um, Here on NQ, I traded Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday, and the only trade that I ended up winning was on Thursday. So yeah, let's go ahead and get started on this trade recap. All right, boys. So right here, let's first start off with the NQ, and I'm only gonna go for the trades that I took. Basically, um, I have been like I know I haven't been posting, guys. Like I know I usually guys, I just been posting, every single day trade recap. But now I'm just gonna for this week, I'm just gonna basically do a whole weekly recap of just this week. Next week I'm gonna go back to uploading every single day. But for right now, I am gonna be just showing you guys the trades of the week. All right, so basically, let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so this right here, it is gonna be the very first trade. Um, on the 4 hour, let's go right here. So as you guys can see here on the 4 hour, we are basically bullish, right? As you guys can see here, we have been creating higher highs and higher lows. So we go to the 1 hour just to see a little bit better. We did create breaker structure to the downside right here, but we picked up back momentum to the upside. So technically, we are bullish. Okay, right here, I did have a marked out 1 hour demand zone. I scaled down to the 15 minute. I marked out the lows, right? So London session already had got taken out pre-market. Asia session already got taken out pre-market. So I was like, all right, you know what? I'm gonna see um what it does off of this demand zone, right? So obviously, I was going against the EMAs. The EMA was in the middle, but overall we were bullish. Right here on the 15 minute, we rejected the 200 EMA. Once we scale down to the 5 minute, we did have this candle break right here on the five. I decided to take the 5 minute trade basically because I thought it looked a lot better than what it was looking through on the 1 minute, right? So right here on the 1 minute, if I would have entered over here, I would have entered all the way down here with this stop loss and going for a 1 or 2 RR, right? And just like that, it hit the 1 or 2 R basically in one candle. And I did not take this. I decided to take this off of the 5 minute and basically target London's high. And as you guys can see, I literally got basically faked out, right? And then just picked back up. Didn't go for London's high, but still ended up winning as the trade kept going. But yeah, that is super unfortunate. And like I said, this is why I'm changing my rules. Because if I would have ended up losing this trade, I could have re-entered all the way down here um, for a 1.62 RR or even a 1 or 2 or oh no, not even almost close to a 1 or 2 RR. But yeah, that is why I am going to be trading twice now because of reasons like these. And I'm also going to show you another reason on Friday what literally cooked me, bro. So yeah, this was the trade. I basically technically should have won the trade if I would have entered on the 1 minute, but I did not. Entered off the 5. So it is what it is. But yeah, let's go to the next trade. All right, so this is gonna be the next trade. It is gonna be on NQ as well, or was it on NQ? I think it was on NQ. Let me see. Okay, so I remember this day. This day I was actually really cooked, bro. I'm not even gonna lie. Like this is basically what, cause okay, I'm not trying to make excuses, but whenever you're trading, you want to feel like you want to feel good, like you want to feel like you want to have the best setup. I know it doesn't take to have the best setup to become profitable, but if you need a good setup, like if you need three monitors to look because you don't want to keep flipping through fucking, or you don't want to be flipping through time frames and looking at the 1 minute here, looking at the 5 minute, and then your broker, like, you don't want to be flipping. Like, I don't like doing that. So um what's it called, I only was looking at the 1 minute and on my broker. Like, that's it. Like, I hate flipping through the time frames like that. Like, I rather just have a 5 minute right here, the 1 minute, the 1 minute over here, and then I'm gonna get a third monitor for my broker. But right here on gold, so as you guys know, I previously told you guys that on gold over here, if it broke out right here, I would end up trading gold. And as you guys can see here, we are bullish on gold. So if we go to the 5 minute time frame, as you guys can see here, we were ranging. Okay, we were ranging between this area right here. Okay, I decided to take a trade because I scaled down to the 1 minute. I literally took a trade right here because I marked this zone out at 8:16. I literally seen this play out. I was like, all right, you know what, this looks like a good trade. I'm just gonna mark it out. I'm not gonna take it. I'm just gonna look at it. Ended up winning. All right, for a break of the candle. All right, I decided. I was like, all right, you know what, why is it loading? All right, so I was like, all right, you know what, this zone is getting still respected. It got tapped in once and tapped in twice. I did not take this, bro. I did not take this. I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna take this. Um, Reason being why was like I didn't really feel confident on the trade. Like, even though I was seeing a pattern and I seen this win, and just cause I seen two of these trades win, I marked out this demand zone, came and tapped in. I was like, all right, you know what? I'm gonna enter off break of the candle. I entered, immediately stopped, right? And reason I should have not traded this was, look at the 5 minute, bro. This is garbage, bro. Yes, I could have won the trade, but overall, this market right here that I'm looking at during New York session, it is complete garbage, bro. Garbage. Like, I should have not even taken this trade. And if I would have taken this trade, I should have entered off a 13 EMA close. Like, look at the EMAs. They started crossing right here, bro. This is the things that I'm talking about. Like, I want to have a good setup to the point where I I feel good. Like, I feel like I'm on the New York Stock Exchange. You know what I mean? Like, bro, like, this is what I'm talking about. So obviously I ended up losing this trade. Now let's go to NQ. I was like, all right, you know what? I'm gonna take a second setup. Um, let's keep going. Let's go to the 5 minute right here. All right, so this is where basically volume started dying. All right, this is where volume started dying. As you guys can see, we have the EMAs right here. If we go to the 15 minute, let's go to the one. Let's go to the 1 hour first. So this was my second setup of the day. So as you guys can see here, we're technically consolidating for through during Asia, London, and New York, right? On the 5 minute, we did. I mean, as you guys can see here on the 15 minute, we did have some reaction off of this Asia session low, which I could have taken for buys. I did not take this because let's go down to the one. I could have taken this trade right here for 13 EMA breakout, having my stop loss down this low. But obviously I did not take this because I was in gold, and gold basically cooked me. And so I decided to take this trade. I was like, bro, like I was literally bummed out of what I taken on gold, bro, to the point where I was like, bro, why did I take this? Like, why did I take this? Like, really, like, bro. And I seen the setup that I just said about Asia tapping into this Asia session low, getting good reaction, basically, uh, a counter trend setup. And I was like, bro, like, why did I take this? Like, bro, because this setup happened at 8:30. Let me see, bro. This is super slow. Oh my gosh, this happened at 8:56. I ended up taking the trade at 8:36 on gold. I was like, bro, you know what? It is. I was literally bummed out, bro. Like I didn't want to trade, and I should have not traded because I ended up losing 200, almost $200 on this trade. I entered going off of a 13 EMA close to the downside. Reason being why, as you guys can see here, the 200 is literally flat. 50 is right here above us. We did close 13 EMA to the downside, and it looked like there was like, you know, on the 1 minute, it looks like there's literally no volume. On the 5 minute, it looks pretty decent with volume. So I decided to enter this trade off a 13 EMA breakout, ended up losing, and then, oh my goodness. And either way, it still ended up dumping, like literally hitting TP. So it sucks. It sucks to take this because right here, as you guys can see, it didn't even hit the 200, but over here it did. As you guys can see, it did tap into the 50, the 200, rejected both of them, and ended up breaking out. But that was later on the day. So like I said, bro, I have to be really careful on how they take these trades, bro. And like I said, I'm obviously gonna be changing my rules. I'm gonna be basically risking less per trade, but my max drawdown is $200. So yeah. All right, boys. So here, I don't trade Wednesdays, by the way. Like, look at this, bro. I always never trade Wednesday. You know why? Cause I expect shit like this, bro. All right. So now this was a banger trade. I did a trade recap on this on my TikTok. Make sure to go follow that. It's gonna be linked down the description. Also, if you guys do want to learn about these EMAs and how I take these trades, I literally have a free mini course down there, bro. If you want to learn about it, I put it all together. It's not the best, but it will give you an idea. It will teach you some things if you're a very beginner. It will teach you some things, but I obviously going to make a better one later on in the future, but not right now. I just put up some few videos, so go make sure to check that out. It's literally completely free. But yeah, so right here on NQ, I made $170. So I ended up losing 200, and then I ended up losing around 130 the other day. So I basically split my loss, right? My weekly loss. I ended up losing yet the next day, so basically back to normal. All right, so right here I have this 5 minute demand zone that I marked out right here. Sorry. I have this 5 minute demand zone that I marked out right here. As you guys can see, once market opened, we tapped into the 50, and we close above the 13, right here. I don't know why it's not showing, but during my trade recap on TikTok, it literally shows tapping into the 200. I don't know why it's not showing right here, but it tapped into the 200 and also rejected. If we go to the 1 hour, we're very, very bullish, right? As you guys can see here, right? I marked out this 5 minute demand zone. We tapped into it during market open. Entered the trade right here. I entered the trade right here for a 1 or 2 RR. Ended up making $170 just like that, bro. Tapped into the 5 minute demand zone. Rejected the EMAs beautifully. EMAs were perfect. We were bullish. That's all we needed. That's literally all we needed. And we made money. We made $170. But you guys are gonna see why, bro. I see why people punch their monitors, bro. I see why people be raging, bro. Like, look. Let's go to this one. Okay. So I marked out my lows right here, right? Because obviously we took out already Asia and London session highs, right? So we tapped into our Asia session low. We tapped into I mean not Asia, London session low, bro. Beautifully rejected it, bro. Look where the 200 is at, right? I go to the 1 minute. I enter this trade right here. I entered with $150. Confident. I was like, bro, confident, bro. Because if we go to the 1 hour, we're still bullish. We're still bullish. Look at this. On the 15 minute, look how it looks. Rejecting off the 50, bouncing off London session slow. Like bouncing off to 200 on the 5 minute, bouncing off of London slow. Like this looks beautiful, bro. Beautiful. I ended up taking this trade right here for a 1-2. And look what happens. What the? Oh my gosh, why is they doing that? Bro. Bro. It doesn't even want me to show you the trade, bro, because that's how you know it was that bad. Let me leave this. Let me put the replay back on. Let's see, go to the 1 minute. Let's see. Are we dead ass, bro? Alright, bro. Hopefully it doesn't do no BS. But, so this is the trade that I took, right? If I would have put it under London sessions or under this low, I would have entered off of a 51.50 stop loss. My minimum is a 1-2 or R, so this would have been my TP. But like I told you guys, and also I did have out. You know what? Also, you know what? Now that I'm realizing, I also had this 1 minute. I mean, 1 minute, 1 hour demand zone, bro. This was perfect. The perfect setup all year, bro. All year. If I would have taken this, let's say for a candle closure on the 5 minute or a break of the candle on the 5 minute, I would have won for a 1-1. But I entered on the 1 minute. Reason why I entered off of the 1 minute, because it gave me a better stop loss. It gave me a good candle closure, and also, like I said, I've told you guys in previous videos, on the 1 minute, I don't like entering off of a break of the candle. I like entering off of 13 EMA breakout. That's what I like to do on the 1 minute. When it comes to the 5, then yes, I'll enter off of a candle break or break of the candle, whatever you want to call it. So you guys know my rules: 1-2 or R minimum on the 1 minute. This is what happens. I get stopped out. Candle closes back above. If I would have entered again and go for that 1-2, it would have hit. That is why I am changing my rules. And look, if you would have entered this trade for a candle break, you would have barely hit the 101, bro. Barely. Barely hit the 101. Like, bro, this was the most beautiful trade of all year, bro. And I got stopped out. And I got stopped out. So, yeah, boys. That is basically my weekly recap. I got my cheeks blown, bro. I literally got my fucking shit blown, bro. Like, your boy's gonna hop on Reddit, bro. Bro, like, I gotta get more like fine, bro. Anyways, but yeah, boys, I'm gonna hop on Reddit. I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna hop on Reddit, bro. I have to, bro. I gotta literally like start my Lux maxing career, bro. Nah, but anyways, like real shit, bro. I hope you guys can still hear me. If you guys don't, then anyways, so like I was saying, bro, um, super unfortunate week, bro. Like I can't believe I ended up like taking good trades that ended up going my way, and still ended up losing money. But I guess that's how it is. And like I said, I am going to be de-risking. I am going to enter. I'm basically going to be trading twice now. If I end up losing the first trade, I'll be trading the second time. Once I'm done, I'll literally turn off my computer and walk away, bro. Or whatever. But yeah, boys, I hope you guys enjoyed the weekly recaps. Let me know if you guys like the weekly recaps or the daily recaps. Me, honestly, I don't care. I'll do any. But I'm gonna lie, Loki like doing better the daily recaps because I like going over my videos and watching them and look to see what I could have done better. Also like using it to backtest and all. But yeah, if you guys like, or just let me know which ones you like better. But yeah, boys, make sure you guys like and subscribe. Make sure you guys join the Discord. It is completely free. Make sure to go follow me on TikTok. I am gonna be posting a lot more on there. And then yeah, boys, make sure to go use my affiliate code. Everything's gonna be linked in the down description. And yeah, boys, I'll see you guys in the next one. Hopefully this video is not as laggy as I think it is, cause that literally will break my heart, bro. But yeah, boys, that's gonna be it, and I'll see you guys in the next one.